Hi there, I'm Louise Brace from The Scale Show. Welcome to the third episode in our Scale interview sessions as we prepare for Scale UK, which takes place in London on the 26th and the 27th of September. Today, I have the pleasure of chatting to Will Parry from award-winning short-term rental business Altido. Welcome and thanks for joining me today, Will.
Very nice to be with you.
Thank you. So Altido, we're talking 2,000 properties, 1,000 pop-up hotel beds under your management in over 20 cities throughout Europe. That's a pretty impressive portfolio. Something you've been building up kind of over the last sort of 8 to 10 years in the last decade. Where does your passion and your drive come from for the hospitality industry?
Thanks very much. Yeah, it's always interesting going over those numbers because I sort of slightly have to pinch myself when I look back at where it all began, and that links to where the passion came from. I mean, those who know a bit more about my story will know that I actually never worked in the hospitality industry before getting into the short-term rental game. And I learned on the job, really. So it was back in 2014, 2015. And I think from those early properties in London, sort of Airbnb flats, where we were doing everything from the cleaning to the guest check-in, we were really on the front line of hospitality there. And that's where we sort of learned by doing it ourselves, and we grew our business steadily out from those early humble beginnings, but have never forgot the importance of delivering for the guest. And that's why we founded Altido as a new brand, which stands for a life that I dream of. So it's really about inspiring guests to stay in our properties.
Oh, that's fantastic. So inspiring for guests and also, I guess, for your team. So if you've started from that, kind of out from zero properties and starting out in London and doing everything. So you have an absolute respect for every kind of step of the short-term rental business and how it works and every member of your team that, from the laundry to the cleaning to the check-in to everything, even though I guess you're not doing that anymore with 2,000 properties.
Fortunately not, no. But you're right. Yeah, I mean, it's been in the DNA, and it's been fascinating. Obviously, yeah, we started out in London, which is where I spend most of my time, but I'm often traveling around our other locations, and it's been interesting to see the different flavors of the ways of running a short-term rental business in some of the other locations across Western Europe where we operate.
Mm-hmm. Very different, or?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, you know, the difference between, say, Milan, where we have quite a lot of properties, but typically the kind of guest who's coming there is coming for a city break, a shorter stay. So they're sort of nipping in and out, maybe a bit of corporate travel. Whereas in London, where we are, we're quite a high-end premium brand, and people are usually staying for a bit longer, usually a minimum stay of a week. So that has different challenges. You'll have a lot more check-ins on a Friday in Milan than you will in London. So you need a robust team to deal with that.
Yeah, I can imagine. So I'm excited to announce that you're going to be joining us on stage at Scale UK for a session that you're going to be doing together with Ben Duncan from Host and Stay. The title of the session is Tracing the Growth Stories of Altido and Host and Stay. Can you give me a little bit of insight into what attendees can expect in terms of your story during this session?
Absolutely. Firstly, delighted to be sharing my story again at these kind of conferences, and to do it with Ben, who I know well, and Host and Stay is a business who I know well is a pleasure. They're a fascinating business and brilliant business, which have grown very fast over the last few years. So I'm sure we'll hear some interesting things on their side too. From our side, I think we're quite an unusual business. I mean, I mentioned our kind of humble beginnings, but the way in which we've grown since then, we've acquired businesses, we've grown through organic growth, that sort of word of mouth referral engine. We have gone through mergers, so we've merged with other European businesses, and we've been acquired as a business. And all along that journey, our growth strategy and our marketing strategy has had to flex to the size of the business at that time. And I think most recently, where we've actually taken on external capital for the first time, so over the last year and a half, we've had a more sizable marketing budget. Having taken on those funds, we're able to do kind of deals that we weren't able to do in the early days. So we've leased some quite large properties, So if you want to learn about rent to rent, or how digital marketing, or where to spend your marketing budget on to grow successfully, then I think there's definitely some learnings I can share, and I'm sure Ben can share if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to this, Will, and it's going to be a super important session for the attendees who are kind of looking to scale their multi-unit property business. So thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. Really look forward to meeting you, not that next month, this month on the 26th, 27th of September. So if you are watching today and you haven't already booked your ticket, you'll see the ticket link in the credits to follow. Don't miss Will and a host of other amazing speakers at Scale UK. So see you in September. Thank you.